The following is brought to you by the People's National Party.
Make the trumpets play. Jamaican people want better. Economy coming like stormy weather. Ancestors are turning on them grave. To get change beyond we can do it together. When we look to the future of precipice we see Jamaica needs the vision of the PNP. People say the bag of promises them can't carry go shop. And the crime rate getting higher. Wonder when it does now come rest. Jamaican people want better. Economy coming like stormy weather. Ancestors are turning on them grave. To get change.
The proceeding was brought to you by the People's National Party. The following is brought to you by the People's National Party.
Make the trumpets play. Jamaican people want better. Economy coming like stormy weather. Ancestors are turning on them grave. To get change beyond we can do it together. When we look to the future of precipice we see Jamaica needs the vision of the PNP. People say the bag of promises them can't carry go shop. And the crime rate getting higher. Wonder when it does now come rest. Jamaican people want better. Economy coming like stormy weather. Ancestors are turning on them grave. To get change.
The proceeding was brought to you by the People's National Party.
Jamaica Diaspora Crime Intervention and Prevention Task Force, in association with the Global Jamaican Diaspora Council, presents on the 26th of July 2024 Jamaicans and Friends of Jamaica. Join us in conference as we speak against corruption, crime, poverty, failed healthcare, poor education, and injustice in Jamaica. This takes place on the 26th of July at 1320 Ellesmere Road, Ontario, Canada. This conference starts 3 till 10 p.m. Guest speakers on the day: Wayne Lonesome, Will Rattigan, Mystic Sensation, Herb Nelson Jr., Aromatic, Sister Maria, Jamaican Carlos, Dr. Rupert Francis, Jeffrey Tavares, and more. This is going to be a very important event for all Jamaicans and friends of Jamaica. Don't miss this event if you care about our country. Jamaicans in the diaspora, we can make a difference. If you're looking for an online magazine aiming to captivate and empower, look no further than Daisy Magazine. Daisy Magazine is the leading online publication in the US. Subscribe to Daisy Magazine, the digital subscription publication. Subscribe at www.magster.com/p/Daisy. Subscribe to the leading online publication, Daisy Magazine.
Okay, hello, welcome. Happy Tuesday to everyone. Happy Tuesday to those in television land. Happy Tuesday to our silent supporters. Happy Tuesday to those in the chat. Thank you so much as usual for joining in. Really appreciate each and everyone's support. Remember, when you come in, thumbs up the live, share us out if you can. And if you're new to the channel, please show some support by subscribing. That will be greatly appreciated. Tonight's topic is Jamaica Propaganda Machine is Active, with your host, Byron and Anne-Marie. So let me just quickly welcome those in the chat. Rels White, Shirley Bogle, Angelique Blendon, British R, Dorothy McKay, Sonia Ellis, Royal Babes, Kirk Edwards, Barbara Finley, Cynthia B, our channel member. Welcome. Rennie Swaby, Barbara Finley, Ian Ewers, Paul Griffiths, Megawatt Volt, Ethy Holder, Andy Bryan, Meline Bowman, Rosalie Ricketts, Karen, Mr. G, Andrew Fisher, Quiet Boy Entertainment. Welcome. Happy Tuesday. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me just remind us also about the gathering that's going to be on June 15, 2024, between 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Jamaican Embassy in Washington, D.C. at 1520 New Hampshire Avenue, Northwest. So please, as I have said multiple times, if you cannot make it physically, please make sure that you support it virtually as well, because the numbers online also count. So please make sure you mark the date and turn up in your numbers. All right, without any further delay, I'm going to hand over to Byron, but let me just welcome Monica Hall as well. Monica Hall, Oland Buckridge, Tansley, Barbara Finley, Jeanette Letts, and Lou Longshaw, Brittany L. Welcome, welcome. Baron, over to you.
All right. Thank you, Annie, for that precursor. First, I want to say a big thanks to all subscribers that continue to follow us, and of course, new subscribers who came on board. A big appreciation to you all. Yes, people, I want you to remember, as it relates to aromatic, right? Remember to support aromatic, you know, for who need to go over aromatic channel and subscribe, right? Because, you know, he's pulling the strength as it relates to what we are fighting for. And also we have another lightning ball, right? We talk about Kamala Ripe Mango, right? Please, right, support these channels, right? These are channels that, you know, carrying the mission, right? Really big and serious, right? So big up Kamala Ripe Mango and big up to Aromatic as usual. Now we have seen some excitement as it relates to, you know, fire at the Garden House, right? And people, I mean, it's really ridiculous. And I'm going to explain some things tonight, and I will be embarrassing, right, those persons who are showing that video. CCTV is what Mystic Sensation work with, right? CCTV is one of my sole tool of investigation. So we know about CCTV inside and outside. And we are going to speak about that. And this goes to show you as it relates to the sort of distractions, right? And I would like for any persons who have the expertise like me when it comes to CCTV cameras, right? Whether it is, whether they might be PTZ, whether they might be PVM, whether there might be 360 degrees, right? I am one of the persons who handle these things. So we are going to speak about that later and embarrass the Jamaica Labour Party. We know that the Jamaica Labour Party, they are arsonists, and we have history to prove, right? And these are the things to every deflection that Andrew Holness, because I'm going to blame Andrew Holness for all of this. He is behind this. There's no two ways about it. Now, Andrew Holness, let me talk to you. All of what you are doing, right, to sow the seed of distortion, deflection, right? The real issue is your statutory declaration. The real issue that Jamaica has, right, is your statutory declaration. You have tried very hard, right, to manipulate as it relates to our constitution. You are going to tell me, Andrew Holness, I am talking to you specifically, Andrew Holness, that as a result of the level of corruption that you are involved in, and in order for you to cover that, you are going to manipulate the constitution, try to put in clause and laws for you to escape. You cannot escape this with a mystic sensation on your trail. You cannot escape. I can tell you, I can guarantee you that. You can't escape. So all the fandangles that you are doing, right? All the distractions that you are doing, right? It doesn't make sense. And the fire at Garden House, later tonight, I'm going to also ask you about the 320 pipe bombs. What you want to take Jamaica down into the road of abyss as a result of, look, no one did tell you to take up the role of politics and be conniving and deceiving. No one forces you to do that. It is you who decided to take on the politics. It is you who decided, right, to shake down yourself in corruption. Right? It is plain. And let me say something to PSOJ. PSOJ, right? I know that you're well aware of what the whole issue is as it relates to the constitution reform, right? As it relates to burning fire at Garden House and all of those deflections and more let me warn you people, much more deflection left to come. Because what is going to come out shortly is an integrity commission report that is going to expose some of them. And as a result of this, the sort of smoke screen, the sort of this, the issue Jamaican people is Andrew Holness' statutory declaration and the bangarang that's supposed to come out of SSL. Andrew Holness, you know what I'm saying is true. So doing all of this to burn down the entire political structure. What are you going to do? You are going to go down to the root, right? As it relates to 1980 general election, where several Jamaicans died. Is that where you're going? Because you want to get away with a crime? Andrew Holness, your statutory declaration is the problem. Your statutory declaration cannot be certified under no circumstances. It can't, Andrew. It can't. And PSOJ need to step in. The umbrella group of churches need to step in. Other relevant authority need to call a spade a spade. Andrew Holness and his led government, you understand, is totally corrupt and everything soon unfolded. And no matter what you do, Andrew Holness, we are here to hold you accountable. So no distractions, please. No amount of distractions that you are going to use, right? And the fire at Garden House, right? You are not going to use it to say terrorism, right? And then you try to push off the election. It not going to work, you know, Andrew. It not going to work because we know that the primary problem with you and your government is one, your statutory declaration, the multiple corruption that you're involved in. Multiple corruption, not just one or two. Multiple. And they are going to be unfolded. No matter how you try, there are no banks who are going to commit themselves in trying to give you statement to justify your illicit enrichment. It is not going to, you know what? Let me just take time and go into the program. Right? Before we start to get into the mess of things, because we like show evidence, you know, and let the people understand what we are talking about. Right? So Andrew Holness, and you are, if you are listening to me, you know all of what you're doing. All of what you are doing, from the Constitution, the reforming of the Constitution, and trying to put in clause just to make you get away. The section 53, subsection 3, in the Integrity Commission, act to muzzle the Integrity Commission, all of that to make you get away from your corruption, it's not going to work. Simply, it is not going to work. Now, let us get into our potential leader. Man of honesty, man of trustworthiness, right? Man who deals with transparency and balance, right? And a man who has integrity. Integrity. So we are going to play a clip with Mark Golden. And to show you how Mark Golden exhibited his integrity. When Mark Golden was going to get into politics, what Mark Golden did, Andrew, let me tell you what Mark Golden did. Mark Golden, right, took all of his businesses, let me speak to you, Andrew, and placed them into a blind trust. That's what politicians, right, ought to do. We know very well that you, Andrew Holness, you didn't have any business to place in a blind trust. That's number one, right? The whole world know Andrew Holness, and I don't know what they hide. The entire world know you did not have no business to place in a blind trust. Mark Golden, right, who came off good structure, right, good family structure, good background, right, worked very hard, right, and achieved success as a result of his innovation and doing business, right, and work honestly for what he has, unlike you. Unlike you. Unlike you. You burned down the entire political platform to justify your wrongdoing. Your 200 and your 300% raise. To say what? And to make many people suffer as a result of that. To say what? That it is your salary, right, that gave you all of that. Andrew Holness, you're fooling yourself. You are fooling yourself, sir. Right? You are fooling yourself. Right? And that is one of the reasons why Mystic Sensation know that your politics, right, is dinosaurial. You guys in the JLP, you are dinosaurs. Old and demented. Right? Big heads and small brains. Big head and small brains. Not what you are thinking. Right? Because you went into the politics to create. And everything now is catching up on you. You never know that we are in social media. Yes, we are here. So then, you need to stand up and prepare for the consequence that needs to come. Because we're not going to stop. And there's no type of destruction that you come with. No type of destruction. Because we have history to teach our people. And we have evidence to show our people. So there's no destruction that you are going to come with that take us off the track. We are 110% focused, right? So the real issue with you, let me tell the world, is one, your statutory declaration. Two, SSL, because you are not an ordinary profile account in SSL. Let me repeat what I always say. You, Andrew Holness, and others are shareholders in SSL. You hear what I said? You cannot come out and tell no one how much you put in SSL and how much you get out. You are a shareholder in SSL. I am not asking you, Andrew Holness. I am telling you, you are a shareholder. Okay. So before we get into the heat of the matter tonight, let us get into Mark Golden, our potential leader, who is 110% honest. All right, without any further delay, honey, let us give ease of mind, because tonight we are going to be venting.
Of the meeting, Councillor Maria Mitchell, Comrade Mayor, His Worship Councillor Donovan Mitchell, all of the distinguished comrades on the platform, candidates, councillors, Comrade Peter Bunting, brethren, MP in waiting for South Manchester.
Yes.
And all of you, the workers and warriors of the Not Patriot Division and other parts of this wonderful parish of Manchester who braved the rain to be here at this divisional conference. Enough respect, and the word is love. I want to big up the 10 stalwarts who are honored for their service to the party tonight from Not Patriot Division. It was my distinct privilege and honor to be here to hand out those mementos which are well deserved, because without you we are nothing. And I want to say a special word of thanks to the voters of Central Manchester who delivered the 4-love victory on the 26th of February in the local government election. And 12 out of 15 in the parish as a whole. So Manchester is back saying orange, and we love the sound of the orange. Comrades, the MP bet $1 million, I'm told, that she was going to win all 4. And you know, I had to tell her the other day, boy, interest is accruing now because that debt is due and we can't see the money. She said she want to double her money. We said make a big down payment first. But comrades, we've come through the local government election. We came through the budget process after the local government election. And the people of Jamaica have been warming to the People's National Party. The People's National Party is back, up and running.
Yes.
And this was confirmed, comrades, when we did a poll in April, we did a poll, a Dan Anderson poll. And the Dan Anderson poll reflected what we knew, that we were ahead. An 8-point lead over the Jamaica Labour Party. And comrades, it's a great thing because 2 years ago, we were far behind. 13 points behind, having lost in 2020 so badly. And you know, we've been going through a series of strategic decisions to rebuild the party, to introduce a new party leader to Jamaica, and to build the organization, and to develop the message of hope. And comrades, the people are responding positively. They want to see the back of this government. And they want to see a government of the People's National Party back in Jamaica House, led by Iman Mark Jefferson Gordon. Comrades, we have had our little issues over the years, in recent times in particular. And we have been very deliberate in solving those issues. Sometimes I've had to make decisions, or decisions have had to be taken, which have led to some feeling away they didn't get the candidate they wanted or whatever. But I say to each and every comrade, put the interests of Jamaica first and your party as a vehicle for building the progress in Jamaica, and put down any little issues now and make a rally together. And it has been working. The people are seeing the PNP again as a united force. And I was in Southeast St. Catherine over the weekend. And we know what happened there a year ago. And I had to choose Dr. Dawes because I need a strong Minister of Health. Because you hear the issues going on in the health system. How the people are suffering because of the mismanagement of this Labour Party government. The terrible delay and overrun, the mother of all overruns at Cornwall Regional Hospital. And in all the public health facilities, the way our people are treated when they need care and they need a bed and they need to be admitted, and the long, undignified conditions in which they have to wait for protracted periods until they finally get a bed. It can't work, comrades. So we need that. I told the comrades over the weekend my reasoning why I chose Dr. Dawes for Southeast. And the comrades had a good meeting, they vented, they said what they had to say, I listened keenly. And by the end of the meeting, comrades, Dr. Dawes gave a lovely speech, an authentic speech, and expressed his love for them and his desire for us to work together. And we sang Jamaica rise in a spirit of unity. So don't watch what the media carried afterwards. I was there. And we had another meeting this afternoon of the entire constituency, because on Friday that was just one division. And we had the whole constituency workers meeting today, and everything was nice and airy. I'm telling you, comrades, we just need to be wise with one another, pull together, and show that the People's National Party is bigger than all of us, and nothing can stop us.
Okay, it's gonna stop it there, guys.
All right. So then I play that clip to tell all of those naysayers who want to dig into the little Dawes issue, right, and drag it out. Tell them that the People's National Party, right, is very united, right? Don't worry about the comrades. What you need to worry about is statutory declaration and SSL. Before I go any further, right, let me play the bite of the night. So the bite of the night, right, someone I see put that into the chat, right? Okay, for
And also not that fine, it just continue.
okay. So Friday coming, right? We're going to, okay, so the bite of the night, right? From Karen, you all cannot put cat to be the security for the milk. So true. So true. PJ Patterson did warn us. PJ Patterson said that if you have a plate of food, don't take it and give it to a hungry man to carry. If you have a plate of food, don't take it and give it to a hungry man to carry, because we know what is going to happen, right? We have given Andrew Holness that plate of food 2016. And we were also stupid, again, to give him it 2020. Right? So Andrew Holness is doing, right, what the cat is doing and what the hungry man is doing. Plain and simple. Now, Friday coming, right, we are going to have our Shadow Minister of Water and Works, Ian Ailes, in studio with us, right? Mr. Ailes confirmed to be in studio with us Friday, so we are going to anticipate for that. And what we plan to do is that going into the general election, we are going to try to get as much, right, of our shadow ministers right here on the platform where we can interact together, right? So look forward for that, right, as it relates to our forward movement, right, in this time. Now, Jamaica, let me talk to you. This week I was going through TikTok and I came upon an Oral Tracy clip. And what Oral Tracy was spoken about, I said, whoa, I never know that. But I'm thankful for what Oral Tracy highlighted. Oral Tracy highlighted that the SSL case has been handed over to the DPP. We are going to get into that because I didn't know that. I did not know that the SSL case handed over to the DPP. I honestly didn't know. And so then immediately when I got that information from Oral Tracy, I said, you know what? Let me do some research as it relates to the time span that the case, SSL case, was handed to the DPP. So now we start to understand why the Prime Minister is now hell-bent in wanting the DPP to get back into the DPP's office. Let me tell you something, Andrew Wallace. It is not going to work because tonight we are going to reveal it. It is not going to work. It is not going to work. Right? We are going to stop you in a track. So what I did, my people, is to now look on the history with the DPP and how the DPP deals with case as it relates to Andrew Holness-led government. And I want to bring it out to show the evidence, the clear evidence, as it relates to what the DPP wants to do with the SSL case. So let me talk it out, Andrew Holness. Let me talk it out. The DPP, I'm going to bring up the evidence, right? Because I did not just listen to Oral Tracy. When I heard it from Oral Tracy, I researched and I found out that what Oral Tracy had spoken about, Oral Tracy was 100% correct. So what I did after that was to now research and see how the DPP has been dealing with cases as it relates to surrounding this government. Now I am going to go into the first case to remind people of this particular ruling that happened by the DPP, Paula Llewellyn, as a result of Andrew Holness-led government and the way how they want to utilize statute of limitation to kill these cases. And so then I am counting now that, okay, since I know now that Paula Llewellyn, right, had gotten the SSL case from God he knows when, Paula Llewellyn want to wait until the strategy people, let me say it out loud and clear. And this DPP, the current DPP that is in there, is also preserving the status quo of the corruption. Because this DPP can deal with that file. So then I'm asking this DPP, what happened to the SSL case? Because you have it in your office and you are the current DPP. Why you don't charge who needs to be charged? And let me ask you a question, DPP. We need to know how much money Andrew Holness put in and how much money Andrew Holness get out. And who are the members of parliament that involved in SSL? What you plan to do? Let me ask. What you plan to do? All of you, both you and Paula Llewellyn, plan to sit on the SSL case and wait until 12 months? Because Andrew Holness and his 48 minions passed a law, statute of limitation for 12 months as it relates to these corruption cases, that if you can't file charge within the 12-month period, then it automatically triggered statute bar. Come on. Come on, this is what is going on in Jamaica. DSOJ, you don't see this? So that if you don't know this, right, I am telling you now, I am asking the DPP that is currently in the office, what happened to the SSL case? We know that you have the SSL case. What are you doing? Huh? Playing politics? Playing politics with this? Come on, man. Come on, we need to do much better than this. The world is looking at us. The world is looking at us. So let me just show Jamaican people what has been happening and give a detail of the history without any delay. Jamaica Observer. Okay. So Paula, look at it. Here.
Yeah.
So Paula, look at it. January 11, 2004. You use statute bar on this particular case. And this particular case, right, of evidence of the corruption. And you, Paula Llewellyn, sit your ass on this case. Let me read it out to the people and remind the people. NWC president and his wife to escape criminal charges despite breaching NRCA Act, January 11, 2024. Let me take down the people down memory lane and show the people what you are doing, parallel with it. Suspended head of the National Water Commission, Mark Barnett, and his wife, attorney at law, Annette Francis Barnett, will not face criminal charges despite being found guilty. Despite being what? Found guilty of breaching the National Resources Conservation Authority Act. In a ruling dated January 10, 2024, Director of Public Prosecution, DPP, Paula Llewellyn said, hear what Paula Llewellyn said, people, though the allegations against the two support the laying of criminal charges against Mark Barnett and Annette Francis Barnett for breaching the environmental permit, which is an offense under the NRCA, the initiation of the prosecution is time sensitive, and it having not been initiated within 12 months. May I show the people who are going in a video in a parlor. 12 months of the breach being identified, the criminal action is now statute barred. Therefore, there can be no prosecution. Take that away. Take that away, Paula. Here comes you. Because you believe that people are idiots. Paula Llewellyn and the current DPP, both of you, who want to preserve the Jamaica Labour Party status quo of criminality. Right? What are you planning now to do? Have the SSL case statute bar? Let us start, people. Let us start. We are going to get into the evidence tonight. Because Paula Llewellyn, who had been fully compromised, and the other DPP that is there, the current DPP that is there, fully compromised. Right? You're going to tell me that this DPP does not have the authority to touch it. You are the DPP. Let me remind you of your responsibility. The Constitution allows you to start to charge any case that you want to charge, to prosecute, to charge a case. Right? You can start a case and you can end it. So if you don't know your responsibility, let me remind you of your responsibility. Then if that is so, what are you waiting on, madam, to deal with the SSL case that is currently in front of you? This is beside the bangarang and the foolishness that is going on with Paula Llewellyn, you know. You want to go back, you know. I am saying, you, madam, the current DPP, right, and has equal powers as Paula Llewellyn. Why You don't proceed with charges. Why are you not? And mainstream media, let me tell you something. That's why people turn our phone, you know. That's why people turn away from you, because none of you, mainstream media, is not going to speak about this and ask these questions. Now I'm speaking about it on social media. Which other media outside there, as it relates to mainstream media, that is going to take it up and ask this question? The SSL case is in the DPP's office. What the DPP is waiting on? I want to know. I am asking the DPP what the DPP is waiting on, right, to proceed with charges. What the DPP is waiting on? Hold on. I am going to show you the level of corruption with Paula. And people, even judges warn against Paula behavior. So for Andrew Holness, right, want to challenge the Constitution to put back Paula inside there. Let me tell you, Andrew Holness, that even judges going against Paula Llewellyn, even judges and well-learned lawyers going against Paula Llewellyn. But we know the obvious reason as to why you want to put Paula Llewellyn there. Now look at this case. Look at this other case, my people. Let us bring up this. Honey. Sparks legal controversy. Okay. Let us bring up this next case. Let us bring up this next case and show the people. I tell you, said I'm ready for you tonight. People, let us take a dive in this. So it is not only Mystic Sensation, right, that identifying Paula Llewellyn as corrupt as they come. DPP's withdrawal sparks legal controversy in sentencing of rape case. A legal controversy has erupted following the Director of Public Prosecution DPP decision to withdraw a case last month from a judge who was on the verge of sentencing a man pleading guilty to rape and grievous sexual assault. Yes, Paula Llewellyn, the one here, your big friend. DPP Paula Llewellyn has faced criticism from the judge and legal professionals, asserting that the DPP had the option to appeal instead of halting the proceedings. Llewellyn defended her action because she always defended her corruption, stating that entering a null prosequi was in the interest of justice. Oh, that can be the interest of justice to sentence a rape, someone who plead guilty, because of concerns that a non-custodial sentence would be inappropriate, given the severity of the allegations. Now, you admit that the allegations is very serious, but yet you stop the trial. Can you imagine? There's a legal firestorm brewing over the Director of Public Prosecution, DPP, withdrawal of a case last month from a judge who was about to sentence a man who had pleaded guilty to rape and grievous sexual assault. Paula, I want to know if you did get paid for this case, to throw away this case. DPP Paula Llewellyn has been chastised by the judge and criticized by several members of the legal profession for her action. So no say I'm not me alone. Judges and lawyers, a lot of professional people are eating out on Paula Llewellyn, but yet Andrew Holness want to double down to put back Paula Llewellyn there, but we know why. We know that, of course, she needs to protect the corruption and protect the status quo. Let us read on. They have emphasized that the DPP had the right to appeal rather than to stop the proceedings and start afresh before another judge. Yes, because she's corrupt. She's corrupted. It was reported that the judge, who was visibly upset, remarked that the DPP had also stopped a murder case some time ago in which the judge was to preside. So on the first case that she's doing it, on the first time she's doing it, take it away. Just want to show the people. Yeah. Digging up a file. Yes, man. Digging up your file. Coming afraid to get up. Dig up a file and show people them out. They say you're corrupted, Paula. You're corrupted to the core. You're fully compromised. Now, let us go into, right, the SSL case, right, sent to the DPP office, right? Let us get into that. Okay.
Credible opinion, fair and fearless analysis. Can't beat that. Guess what? The last we heard about the SSL case. Anybody remember the SSL case? The last piece of news we hear is that the file was on the desk of the Director of Public Prosecution. So that means that the investigations wrap up and the investigators find enough evidence, so them just put it in the hands of the DPP now to decide what kind of charges them are going to bring. We remember some bag of things happened since that, you know. Remember say the DPP at the time, when the file was put on the desk, is no longer the DPP now. Remember the little to-in and fro-in and the little minute ago war we go on? And the long-time DPP, Ms. Paula Llewellyn, is no longer the Director of Public Prosecution. You remember that whole saga there? And she's now being replaced by an acting DPP named Ms. Claudia Thompson. Now, obviously, Ms. Thompson was coming out of the same DPP office. Yeah? So a lot of people probably have figured, say, well, maybe he's a bit of a surrogate and she's just there because, you know, she had the next in line and not much that will change. I say we have to give her time to start impose her style and her personality on the job. So the fact that the file is still on the desk of the DPP. Over 3 billion Jamaican dollars still missing, which is 3,000 million Jamaican dollars missing from over 200 accounts from SSL, including that of the sprint legend Usain Bolt. Remember now, you know, they have one dege suspect. One dege person has been charged, and one dege person will be facing the court for stealing 3,000 million Jamaican dollars. That is, of course, Miss Gina and Panton. She does somewhere in one jailhouse there. Must say a rotten dog now, a wait for face trial. Remember, Miss Panton did come out and tell us, you know, she did agree, you know, to take the fall for some other people, you know. And I know nobody else can get charged. People start speculating and wonder if people like Usain Bolt get back in money and are quiet. Why Bolt of all persons so quiet? Remember when the day say Bolt get paid and said no. Nobody embarrass the country no more. Nobody say nothing more about the thing. Make it just go on. We try to see if we can. You understand me? But we don't hear nothing.
And let us dig in. As I said, when it comes to mystic sensation, we try as much as possible that, yeah, if we, you know, having to in earshot of certain information, we will normally do our research. We don't just go and speak loosely on something that, you know, we don't have the evidence to support. You know, for persons who have been following mystic sensation, you know how we roll. We roll different, right? Now, I did not just listen to oral tracing. I went and researched, and I found the document myself. Now, let me show you the document as evidence. So without any further delay, let us lift up this document. Let me show my people the documents. Now, people, you just look at this. Look at this now, people. Incomplete file delaying ruling on further charges in SSL case, DPP added. Now, look at that, people. Look at that. Look on the subheading. Incomplete file delaying ruling on further charges in SSL case. Published Friday, March 22, 2024. This is the DPP response. The Office of the Director of Public Prosecution has clarified that it has not made a ruling on whether further charges should be laid in the Stocks and Security Limited, right, fraud case because it is still awaiting outstanding documents from the Financial Investigation Division, FID. This week, opposition leader Mark Golin suggested the office was dragging its feet in relation to the delivery of a ruling, right? I just want to show people that Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark later stated that he was confident that the office will make a ruling very soon. Nigel Clark, you also promote, we don't want to hear nothing from you because you red card yourself. You understand? You tell peer lie or FBI, they investigate. So we don't want to hear nothing from you, Nigel Clark. You step up behind this. However, in a media release on Friday afternoon, Director of Public Prosecution Paula Lovelin said that there are outstanding documents which are beneficial that have not yet been obtained from the FID investigators. She said the first set of documents in the case were submitted to her office in November 2023. Now people don't look on it, People look on the evidence, November 2023. And we are now, what?
June 2024.
June 2024. And I know them documents there, outstanding documents that can reach in our office. Now, let me tell you something, people, where the case here go. That means, you hear it from Mystic Sensation. Hear how this case is going to end. This case is going to end that all of these documents that they are waiting on, it is going to pose problem. They are not going to get it within the 12 months period. And when they don't get it within the 12 months period, this current DPP that in the office, this current DPP, whether Paula Llewellyn want to go back in or she want to stay in, this current DPP is going to rule statute bar. You remember talk it out? She said since then, the Office of the FID have had meetings to discuss the file and provide guidance to the investigation in relation to the outstanding material. The last set of documents received from the FID was on March 6, 2024. You know what? Take this moment out to the people now. You take this moment out to the people. You talk about maybe you talk to the people. People, all of who they follow me from when? What we are killed Philip. You remember that I played a clip with Paula Llewellyn at a seminar when she was articulating as if she is the most brilliant ever. And when she was saying, it's prudent for the DPP and the investigators to work together. And financial case is not so fancy, so sexy, and so sexy, right? But it's a prudent investigators that need to work in tandem with, right? The investigators.
They must be joined at the hip.
They must be joined at the hip to make the case successful. So you maybe ask Kuno now. So the DPP, you are the investigators that now work. You understand knowing that within 12 months' time, right? If it goes over the 12 months, the case is going to static bar. DPP, you are aware of this, right? Miss Claudia Thompson, you are aware of this. You know very well that if the case, from the time that you got the case, and it goes over 12 months, it is going to be statute bar. What you decide to do on it? Sit down and wait until it's statute bar, and then you come and say, oh, you know, 12 months pause on the case, statute bar, now mash up on the plan, you know. We don't know how to do it. So we have cleared it out. You understand? Yes. And this is why I want to tell the people, say, look here, since you can't beat you understand, because I want to control the prosecutorial arm, and we can't beat we now will get no justice. May I show the people them as much evidence that the people them need to have to know that you people are corrupted to the core and they need to vote you out. The reason for me to showing the people these things is for the reasons for people to make sure that they vote out this corrupted government that corrupted from the head to the toes. Yes, Paula Lubin. Yes, Claudia Thompson. You guys are waiting until 12 months. Then your run come out. You know, we can't file any charges because you know, they've given sufficient time for documents to present, and you know, the documents cannot be presented. So, you know, based on law, based on the Constitution, based on the laws, we can't do nothing in this case. Let me say this. Paula Llewellyn, you are corrupted to the core. And that is one of the reasons why. You understand? I pulled the case when you were at the seminar, speaking, telling investigators, telling us, right? When you were acting, right, as you are the most brilliant.
She has testicular fortitude.
Right? And where you were explaining that you have testicular fortitude. Yeah. What you have testicular fortitude to do? Right? To lie and mingle in corruption. To lie and mingle in corruption. This is clear corruption. Now, so let me turn and answer a question. Now, the PSOJ. I never run up on the PSOJ. Right? Because I need to tell the people them that there are members in the PSOJ are crooked. You understand? Because Mystic Sensation, no. The crooked. You have members in the PSOJ who are crooked. You don't want to run out? Run out to embarrass you no more. Yeah. Run out. That's why I don't see anything wrong, because you don't mix and point in the corruption. Some of you in the PSOJ are crookeds. Right? We have the evidence, so we speak clearly. All right. And we know that it's 100% facts. Now, so let me just show the people what's coming down in the pipeline. Now we know that. Let us go to the GLP arsonist, the professional serial arsonist, because that's what Jamaica Labour Party is known for. We have the evidence. We have the evidence. Jamaica Labour Party is known for, right, the series of arsonists that they have done, and where a lot of people being killed. This Jamaica Labour Party is worse than a virus in the Jamaicans' life. Now, let us get into the loop, right? And hear what the loop has to say. And I'm going to break down some things for people to understand the plain lie and what people need to look on in. The corruption in this is to show you the length and breadth that this Jamaica Labour Party government is doing to try to sow the seed of distortion, that they are going to attempt, right? I mean, try to burn down the garden house. For what?
Burn down the people's house.
What do you think the mission? Why do you think they want to do it? Because Andrew Wallace is trying to find card in the book to call off the general election. Let me call you out, Andrew Wallace. It's not going to work in Andrew Wallace. And so them 320 pipe bombs want to put aside, right? That you can have them for future use. You see you Fitzbailey, we know you're the fixed sign. So we don't warn you about them 320 pipe bombs that in storage somewhere, you know. And that you claim that you'd have given some update. And no update can come. Because we know, right, that those 320 pipe bombs, right, are in the hands of the arsonist. Yes, the serial arsonist. We know that. Now, let us read through the loop, right, and hear what they are saying. Let us read through the loop, people. Hot.
Yeah, hot. AC off for the heat. I'm going to turn on yesterday. So
You can turn on.
Upstairs, go turn it to here.
Yeah, thank you. All right. Probe launch into arson attack at Garden House. Me no know how no launch probe for now. Me no know how no launch probe for. Because whosoever they launch a probe and investigate the probe and them do it. So me no know who no launch probe for. High level police probe. Sure. Hey. Fitzbailey all the while high level police. Right? High level investigation. Right? Which part dead man hang themselves? All of them the high level investigation. They up to all of dead man hang themselves. High level investigation. Now let me just play this some of the people. Let me listen to it.
Probe launched into arson attack at Gordon House.
A high-level police probe is underway into an arson attack at Gordon House, the home of Jamaica's parliament, located on Duke Street in downtown Kingston, on Saturday night. There was no injury or significant damage as a result of a fire at the premises, which reportedly dissipated on its own. Reports are that about 10:28 p.m., 2 police officers were on duty at the location when they smelled what appeared to be a noxious substance, and a check of the premises was carried out. Further reports are that after checks of the building were completed, a minor burn was observed to the front door. A plastic bottle, which was also burnt, was also seen at that location. A CCTV footage has gone viral showing what appeared to be a male pouring a substance on a section of the building. He then goes out of the view of the camera, and then re-emerged as he ran from the scene as fire emerges. Minister without portfolio in the Office of the Prime Minister with responsibility for information, skills and digital transformation, Senator Dr. Dana Morris Dixon, told the media on Sunday morning that both House Speaker Juliet Holness and President of the Senate, Tom Tavares Finson, are to meet with the police in the coming days to craft measures aimed at boosting security at Gordon House. Luckily, the door, at Gordon House, is fire-resistant, and there is not any major damage to Gordon House, thankfully, said Morris Dixon in a discussion with reporters. She said the police officers who were on duty at Gordon House saw what was happening on the security camera. But by the time the officers, got out, the suspect had ran off, the minister stated. In a statement on the developments on Sunday, the opposition People's National Party, PNP, said it is deeply concerned by the incident. This incident represents an attack on a symbol of the country's legislature and lawmaking, necessitating immediate attention from the law enforcement authorities, the PNP stated. The party said it is calling for a swift and comprehensive investigation to ascertain the identity and motive behind the act. It is imperative that the authorities take all necessary measures to ensure the security of our parliamentary institution and bring those responsible to justice, said the PNP. Continuing, it urged the authorities to safeguard the investigation, as surveillance video of the incident is already in circulation by the media. We encourage anyone with information about the incident to contact the relevant authorities and help reinforce the message that our institutions are inviolable, the opposition said. In a separate statement, the police said the attack on Gordon House represents a significant and concerning event and it is committed to thoroughly investigating the incident to identify and apprehend the perpetrator. The statement said a senior detective from the headquarters of the Criminal Investigation Branch, CIB, is leading the ongoing investigation. It also said Police Commissioner, Dr. Kevin Blake, has since ordered a review and assessment of the security arrangements of a number of scheduled premises. We urge anyone with information related to this incident to come forward and assist the police in ensuring the safety and security of our national institutions. Persons may call police emergency at 119, Crime Stop at 311, the NAB tip line at 811, or the nearest police station, the release concluded.
Okay, take away that. Now, let me speak the truth here. And let me talk to the Jamaican people, locally and in the diaspora. Number one, let me tell people what is going to happen in this particular case. Number one, the police is not going to catch up with any suspect. No one is going to be caught. Because this is a conspiracy. Number two, all these investigators who are investigating this case know that this is a fabricated case. Pure lie. Right? And number three, the motive is to the fact that the People's National Party have an 8% lead out of the margin of error. And Andrew Holness know that the people leave him. Andrew Holness and his government now recognize that the people found out that they are corrupted to the core. Andrew Holness and his minions know very well that they are going to lose the general election. So all of this that they are coming up with, right, is a matter of destruction. This is what they have done, and I'm going to prove it. In 1979, into the 80 election, they had done it. Yeah, we have the clip. And we're going to show the people in the clip. We have the clip and we're going to show the people in the clip. Right? Now, let us dig a little bit deeper. I am someone who uses CCTV every single day. Because when I'm doing internal investigation, that is what I use. So guess what? I know about panoramic view monitor, 360 degrees, pan tilt zoom. So I'm going to tell the people how vicious a lie that you crafted. And I'm going to make the people understand that what you have there showing, you understand that it comes from a CCTV, Mystic Sensation, who is a professional user of those CCTV, right, is telling you that it is no CCTV coverage. That is not a CCTV coverage. And I'm going to show the people, right, definitely, right, to show you that Jamaica Labour Party government is dangerous. Dangerous. Now, let us bring up this next clip. Jamaica Parliament on fire. I want to get want to get to the camera and I want to show people. I'm going to teach people. And not only that I'm going to teach people, I'm going to ask people to Google and research it and find out the truth for themselves.
God, can you believe this? You remember within our videos then, we've been talking about we wouldn't like to see Jamaica become like Haiti, if you can remember. But I said, if the present situation continues, then persons may just get so upset and begin to start to do things. Now, what could drive anyone, and what is the thinking behind going to burn down Garden House? What is the thinking behind that? I can only say when people sit down one side and them a pre war really go on, you know? And I mean I know there have to be who send him, why him think that way. Him features his catch on the camera. So he will be caught, I believe. He will be caught, and we want to hear why he have done such thing. What drive him? This is the first in history I have learned. I don't know if it happened before, but for Garden House to be someone attempt to burn it down, it is sad. I want you to look at the imagery here. So this is the imagery, my people. Look at it. See the man right there? Look good in it. See him right there? See him take him time? Watch him. Watch him. See the man right there? And that is on the first top floor too, you know. So I climb up there. See him going, you know. So him going right inside there now. But this is such a shame. How could it? So there was no security guard or anyone that guard these properties. No, we have money for pay for building when nobody not there, right? And this is what is our Jamaica Parliament. See him run out there now. See him run out. See him run out there. See him run out. See him there. See him there. So this is how inside of the place look. Well, the fire. Okay.
Take it away, people. Now let us talk about the footage. The lady said that the gentleman, right, identity caught on the camera, right? His full identity did not capture on the camera because we all look at it. If you realize, people, the person who is holding that phone and videoing, because that is what it is, holding that phone and videoing. The person moved the phone from the man's identity. I want you to notice that. The person moved the phone from the man's identity to fully identify the person. That is number one. Now, if you notice, people, that the camera did not zoom in or zoom out. Now, let us talk about the cameras. Now, there are different functions of a camera, of certain cameras, whether you're using PVMs, right? Or you're using PTZ. Let me tell you what happened. They are what you call static cameras. Static cameras that set like to the perimeter of the building, right? For if you want to go cheap, right? Those are not cameras like 360 degrees or PTZ cameras. So persons who know cameras know what I'm talking about. And so then you only can see from one angle of the camera, and it is not going to move. So the static camera on the outside, right, that capture that data, right, would not be moved because it can't move because it is static. Those cameras don't move. So then that shows me that, guess what? It is not PVM static camera. Let us go to a PTZ, whether it is a 180 span or a 360-degree span. The PTZ has the ability to zoom in and zoom out. So if it was captured by the CCTV or the police officer operating the CCTV, my question, why didn't you zoom in? Why didn't you zoom in to capture the identity? You think people are fooled? So me make the people wise. Right? Savage said whatever the camera was mounted on was a bit nervous. Right? So Savage, if you know about camera, you know what I'm talking about. Right? A PVM static camera, right, is not going to move. Right? It is not going to move. And to the fact that it moved when the arsonist, when the JLP arsonist, let me try to phrase it. When the JLP arsonist is running away from the scene and the camera is also shifting from his identity, right? Would say no, would want to suggest it is a PTZ, whether it's a 180 or 360 degrees. No. Then my question, why the person who is operating the camera did not zoom in? Yeah? So this goes to show you how corrupted, and be honest, let me tell you something. It better leave Jamaican people alone, you know? Right? And this is any politician. Let me speak this. Knowing the bang around what Andrew Wallace caught up in and his minions. And they decide to burn down the entire political platform. To what? Save Andrew Wallace? To save Andrew Wallace? Andrew Wallace, give up the ghost. Give up the ghost, Andrew. I'm talking to you. Andrew Wallace, Mark Golan had, right, give in his statutory declaration for 2021, 2022, and 2023. And Mark Golan's statutory declarations are certified, sir. Let me speak to you in peace, Andrew Wallace. I am speaking to you in peace. Andrew Wallace, it is only fair that the Jamaican people will not tolerate you, sir, as a result of you not wanting, not having the ability. Let me speak to you with soft notes, soft tone. With you not having the ability to certify your statutory declaration, sir. All of this that you're doing, it's all about your statutory declaration and the multi-corruption that you involve in. Andrew Wallace, Mystic Sensation is saying to you, it cannot be certified and it will never ever certify. So what are you going to do, Andrew? Right? It is an embarrassment on your government and you and your government. It's a shame to know that the opposition leader, right, statutory declaration for the past 3 years have been certified. And the Prime Minister for the country, here with the embarrassment lies for you, Andrew Wallace. As a Prime Minister in the Caribbean Basin, all of them statutory declaration being certified. All of them, all of the Prime Ministers in the Caribbean statutory declarations have been certified. None of them is in the predicament that you are in. Because guess what? They are not involved in the mass criminality. I'm be honest. The thing is plain. It is plain and simple. Give up the ghosts. And don't allow Jamaican people and hurt any one of us because they want to cover up your corruption. Right? You're going to make Jamaica what? Going to a political violence? That is what you are going to do. To try to cover up your corruption, to try use the constitution to hide your corruption. And you want it's not going to work. Mark Golding stop you as it relates to the constitution reform. Because Mark Golding is not going to sign off on that. You make sure that there is no impeachment bill to impeach you. And the other pirates in Parliament. You make sure that there is no impeachment bill. It's not going to work, Andrew. It is not going to work. In all honesty, Andrew. Right? Step aside. And this is one of the reasons why I'm calling up on the PSOJ. PSOJ, you have to put your foot down. It's going 3 years that the Prime Minister's statutory declaration cannot be certified. Why are you tolerating him? Paula Llewellyn. Right? Claudette Thompson. You need to put your foot down, Claudette Thompson. You know that the statute of limitation is that 12 months duration time. I am asking you, Claudette, are you going to sit and wait? Are you going to sit, Claudette Thompson, and wait? Are you acting on behalf of the people? Are you acting on behalf of Andrew Holness? Claudette, let me talk to you. I presume, Claudette Thompson, that you might be a Christian. Let me preach to you tonight, Claudette. And from my understanding as it relates to you being a Christian, that you have to be Christ-like, followers of Christ, and someone who stand and represent for righteousness, Claudette. Miss Thompson, you know that if you're a Christian, you need to do the right thing. You know that based on the Integrity Commission Act, the Prime Minister lied on his statutory declaration. Based on the Integrity Commission Act, if you provide a false statement, you are to be charged. Ms. Thompson, I am saying to you that the time overdue as it relates to Andrew Holness being lying on his statutory declaration and the DPP's office looking left. I am not going to ask Fitz-Bailey to charge Andrew Holness because Fitz-Bailey is simply not a police officer. Fitz-Bailey is a political activist. Fitz-Bailey cannot charge Patrick Bailey because Patrick Bailey tied to Andrew Holness. So Fitz-Bailey will not do any of this. So I am asking the DPP, right? You say that you are a Christian. I am asking, do the things as it relates to speaking the truth and make it right for the Jamaican people. You have sworn. You have sworn that you will act in good principle of the Jamaican people. We are expecting you, Claudette, to act accordingly. It is too blatant. It is too plain in terms of what Andrew Holness is doing. Extremely blatant and extremely plain. It's obvious. Mark Golan's statutory declaration has been certified. Has been certified. Andrew Holness statutory declaration cannot be certified. I want that the PSLJ should look around in the Caribbean and show me of a prime minister in the Caribbean that his statutory declaration for 3 years cannot be certified. Which other prime minister in the Caribbean has that dilemma? Show me. Let us put out the green, put out the orange, and let us reason with this and tell Andrew Holness to stop all the distractions. Now, I am going to show people a little history of how JLP being an arsonist, a serial arsonist. Can them have said they don't care? Byron is making them richer than they have ever been. So true. And so then the Bible said, the love for money is the root of all evil. And this is what the Andrew Holness-led government has proven as it relates to that testimony coming out of the Bible. The love for money is the root of all evil. And so then we can see that the DPP, parallelly, had sold their soul to the devil. Right? Andrew Holness don't have any soul to sell because Andrew Holness is the living devil. So they are selling their souls to Andrew Holness. Now, let us give people the history so that I can remind people who are looking in, right? People who are not certain particular age, to say that when we come here, we are talking 100% truth. Now, as we talk about the God knows fire, let me remind the Jamaican people about this fire. Now, let us show you what the Jamaican Labour Party is known for.
Journalistic publications. Who is Lewis and what has he been doing over the years, and why is the government so outraged by him?
Well, his background is it's thoroughly legitimate, standard, if you will, journalism. He was assigned for a couple of years in Manchester, writing for a couple of prominent news organizations.
Manchester, England?
Yes, Manchester, England. And eventually made his way through London back to the United States, where he gravitated to a scrutiny of the CIA and the intelligence community, watching the revelations of the Church Committee, information that he had come across in his research, some of which he had published as part of news stories previously, other parts of which he was not permitted to publish by the nature of the press establishment. And so he put together with Bill Schaap and Ellen Ray the Covert Action Information Bulletin, whose function was to focus on the intelligence organizations of the United States and discuss and expose in a perfectly legitimate way the covert action activities of the CIA principally, as well as the other intelligence organizations. I believe they formed that in about 1976 and have been in Washington since, publishing stories of true stories. Their quality, their standards of journalism are exceedingly high. That bulletin is distributed in the State Department, and it's sold out the first morning that it's put on the stands in the State Department newsstands. They also publish in that bulletin the names of CIA agents and where they are now, as they're assigned and reassigned about the world. I believe that in very recent months they have ceased the policy of publishing names because the controversy is so hot, and they would just as soon. And also, it's never been their intention to break the law. They've made that clear from the outset. Bill Schaap is the brother. He is a highly competent attorney and is the brother of a top sportscaster in New York City. He is a very articulate man himself and has testified to the Senate many times against the names of Agents Bill, for example, and defending what he and Lou Wolf are doing. And after his testimony, many times senators have come up and shaken his hand and said, I disagree with you, but you certainly make your case for the legitimacy of what you're doing very well.
Let's take a look at some of the things which Louis Wolf had to say, and we'll let you comment ever so often on this, okay? What, in the years that you've been publishing it, do you think are some of your most significant revelations? Are there some stories that even shocked you?
Well, I think one of the big stories that we were able to document in some detail was the whole scope of CIA activities, similar to what the CIA did in Chile, and which was documented by the Senate Select Committee, was the whole covert action program in Jamaica in between 1976 and 1980. And we did a great deal of research into that, and we discovered in many ways a very similar program, almost a classic model that was followed along the lines of what they did in Chile, including three major categories: military, paramilitary activity, the use of propaganda in the media, and the third one, which was economic warfare, using the multilateral organizations, the International Monetary Fund and others, to withhold loans which had been promised to the Jamaican government. This is one example.
What are a couple more of the details of that? You mentioned those first two examples of actual paramilitary activity the CIA was involved in Jamaica.
There was a fire, for example, that took place in Jamaica of an old people's home. I think 150 old and infirmed women, many of them blind, were living in this home. And as it turned out, the place burned down in the space of about 8 minutes, 7 or 8 minutes. It was discovered that the phone wires had been cut and that the exits had all been blocked. Even those who could see their way out could not get out. That the means by which the fire was set was the use of a petroleum jelly, which was unavailable in Jamaica. This was one indication, among others, that there was outside help. Why would the CIA, you might ask, why would the CIA want to murder 150 old women? It was because it was an effort, part of a very large-scale effort to discredit the government in Jamaica, which was at the time headed by Michael Manley, the Prime Minister. There were images produced of Michael Manley in the media, in the Daily Gleaner.
All right. So, people, I showed you that clip to show you that the Jamaica Labour Party, right, had executed plan, right, in the late 70s, early 80s, right, where they burned down Eventide home and killing over 150 old people. So when I said Jamaica Labour Party is a serial arsonist, we have evidence of that, right? As it relates to what the CIA, right, is confessing to. It is not over. The confession coming from the CIA telling you that the Jamaica Labour Party right, had done that. The CIA, the Jamaica Labour Party had done that. Now, let us move on to other fires that the Jamaica Labour Party involved in. Look at this. Let us show you other fires.
Tensions remain high in a section of Lilliput St. James after a vehicle belonging to the PNP candidate for the Rose Hall division, Jason Cummings, was set ablaze. Our reporter, Anthony Lugg, is in St. James and filed this report.
Thank you. So I'm currently in an area called Road 38 in the Lilliput area. And what we're looking at is what's left of the vehicle which was set ablaze last evening. Now, I've been speaking with residents in the community, and they say they're disheartened by what transpired.
Well, it's a sad day in our division. Over the years, we have been all friends, both JLP and PNP supporters. We have good relationship, you know. If it is politics, we don't really want it to rear its ugly head, you know, because we are all one. It's a democratic thing. Everybody have a right to choose who they want to choose. So we just hope to keep it and to keep politics out of this whole incident.
Now, the PNP's candidate, Jason Cummings, has also been speaking with our news team. Mr. Cummings said while he's disheartened by what transpired, the support has been inspiring.
My phone keep blowing up from morning. I get calls from all over because, you know, the people are saddened by this, because here is the man who wants to do for the people, and some little incident want to slow him down. You know, they are disheartened, but they are praying for us. They are giving me words of encouragement, and they even tell me that they're still solid behind me. This has not, they have not lost hope.
Now, tension remains high here in the Lilliput community in St. James, following the series of events which transpired Thursday evening. Things are so bad that the leader of the opposition was supposed to tour the area, but we were told he was advised not to do so. Reporting from Montego Bay, St. James, I'm Anthony Lugg for TVJ News.
Meanwhile, shortly after the fire was set to the vehicle, a man accused of setting the fire was shot and killed in Lilliput.
Okay. So, just want to show the evidence, right, of the chain of destruction as it relates to Jamaica Labour Party using fire, right, and try to create mayhem whenever they believe that they are behind the 8 ball, right, and they are losing. And plus the Jamaica Labour Party this time around with Andrew Holness, which is the most corrupt ever prime minister through the hemisphere of the Caribbean. Knowing that he has everything to fight for, he is fighting for his life and fighting to stay out of prison. That's what Andrew Holness is fighting for. But we are counting every steps that he made. Now, I want to ask Andrew Holness, I want to ask Fitzbill some question on the next clip that I'm going to display.
Okay, it wasn't a clip, remember. It's art.
Now let us get into this. More than 320 devices suspected to be explosive found in Kingston Western. People, note where it found. Kingston Western. And this happened October 18, 2023. And all know Fitzbailey that always deal with high-profile police investigation. High-profile police investigation cannot come to a conclusion with this. Kingston, Jamaica, a giant police military intelligence operation at the premises and Darling Street in the Kingston Western Police Division on Monday led to the discovery of more than 320 devices that are suspected to be explosives. The operation was based on a high-quality intelligence. It's always high-quality for bail. You're coming like piece of loader, you know what? High-quality intelligence obtained through the diligent use of various technologies and other methodologies. The Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF, said in a statement on Wednesday, Fitzbailey, trust me, you're doing even good for even fry egg. Trust me, you're doing even good for even fry egg, but you talk about your lead police force. We wish to underline the commitment and expertise of our officers who, by conducting this operation without any casualties, have demonstrated exemplary operational dexterity. When you see why I'm telling you, say, Fitzbailey don't even fit for fry egg. While we understand the public's need for information, the very sensitive nature of the discovery means that the certain specified cannot be shared at this time. Currently, experts are conducting chemical tests to ascertain the exact nature of the substance found. The JCF will provide updates as when it's appropriate, the police said, and look on the date. No update, no look on the date. October 18, 2023. And what we in now? June 24. People, we have any update? Take that away. Let me see the people. I'm talking to the people. More know. If you get update, me not get no update, you know. If you get update, me not get no update. And him always have high intelligence and, you know, no. Listen to me, Bailey. Listen to me, Bailey. Right? From the moment you can't solve Patrick, the case with, as it relates to Patrick Bailey, right? Please, right? Please leave difficult cases alone, right? Because as I said, you don't even go to fry egg, right? And that is the plain truth. Well, people, you know, it's on Tuesday. We always come with, you know, just an hour. But I want to say a big thanks to you, right? To, you know, pass through. Friday, as I said, we'll be having Ian Hales, right, in studio with us. And I want all of you, I hope, let me say that, I hope all of you pass through Friday, right? And, you know, let us have a good interaction, right, with Ian Hales while he's in studio, right? So that is the end where I'm going to pull off tonight. Of course, Thursday, catch us on the Titans. And remember, on the Titans, all gloves are off, right? And so then, please anticipate, right, Mystic Sensation on the Titans, all right? So I want to say a big thanks to you all for passing through Mystic Sensation. We are here to create checks and balance. We are here as it relates to wanting a better nation, right? And we are here and to say no to corruption and corrupted government. We are here to ensure that justice prevails, checks and balance and accountability. Thank you again, my people, for passing through. Love you all, right? And see you Thursday and running out on Friday. Bless up yourself. All right.
Safe travel on the gravel. Bless up. Have a good night, people. Love you all.